And of course, one of the great moments of a Wembley Cup final are the massed bands, and particularly when the massed bands come to Abide With Me, which has become really the Wembley Cup final hymn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abide With Me.
Well, that's one of Wembley's enduring traditions. And I think, no matter how hardened a professional you are, I think that always leaves a tear in the eye, Graham, and a lump in the throat.
Yeah, as I said before, if you're a player, you're not hearing any of this. But, it's a very emotional thing. And as I say, it's part of Wembley. We're talking about the players being nervous, but look at Ron Atkinson. I mean, he's completely gone now. Look at him shaking his legs, and same as the players.
A shake of the hands from the two managers, both Merseyside lads. And it seems a really good, nice, healthy rivalry between those two sides. A little tug round the shoulder for his captain, Brian Robson, from Ron Atkinson. Brighton will be led out by their deputy captain, Tony Grealish, because, of course, Steve Foster is ineligible. He's suspended. And look at the toing and froing that's going on there. There's a really good spirit with some smiles. And let's hope the next 90 minutes follows in very much the same vein. Well, Jimmy Melia, who lost a job at Aldershot and lost a job at Crewe, on the left there. Who could have thought it? Leads out a team at Wembley. Brighton with Ron Atkinson leading out Manchester United. Well, who could look more relaxed than that? And Tony Grealish has got a headband on. Well, that's Steve Foster's prerogative, and I suppose the Brighton skipper, who always wears a headband but can't be playing today, Tony Grealish says, well, really, I'm just doing the job for Steve Foster. What a lovely touch there from Brighton's captain and Republic of Ireland captain, Tony Grealish. That's a marvellous bit of camaraderie that's gone on in the Brighton camp. That's a great touch there.
I wonder if Tony would be getting the same fee as Steve would have been, of the company they're supplying it.
Gary Bailey on the right, the Manchester United goalkeeper. And when they came here for the Milk Cup, Ron Atkinson was telling me he went to the wrong place, but he said, I'm not going to make that mistake again for the presentations. And so it looks as though he's got it right. And Brighton will be the first to be presented. Brighton, who are wearing a new strip today, their normal plain blue shirts now has a thin red and white pinstripe in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the teams will now be presented to His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, President of the Football
A
Association.
royal guest of honour, His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, President of the Football Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Royal Highness, the national anthem.
Players looking up in the stands and looking for friends and relatives. People like Graham Pearce of Brighton, who's got 3 brothers and 3 sisters here to watch him today, the Brighton fullback, and here's the national anthem. Brighton at first team then to be presented with their goalkeeper Graham Mosley. Michael Robinson almost failed to get himself presented there. And certainly the work that Jimmy Mealer has done on his team this week seems to have left them in a good, relaxed frame of mind. And who knows? Well, I remember 10 years ago we saw the introductions for Sunderland and we thought, well, they don't really have a chance against Don Reeves Leeds United, but they upturned everybody's expectations and won. And Jimmy Case having a special word with His Royal Highness and Jimmy Mealer. All those lucky charms. But at the moment I think they're discussing the state of the pitch, which is going to be heavy, and as we heard, there is a little bit of surface water, particularly through the central areas. And now the turn of Manchester United. And of their previous 8 cup finals, Manchester United have won 4 of them in 1909, 1948, 63 and 77. Word with Norman Whiteside, the big young Irish boy, just 18 years old. In fact, he was 18 on May the 7th. Arnold Muren. Frank Stapleton, yeah. And remember, of course, added to all the possibilities of underdogs, Brighton can say we took 4 points out of 6 from Manchester United this season, with a 1-0 win at the Goldstone Ground and a 1-1 draw up at Old Trafford. And one man missing out on it all at the moment. At the back there, Steve Foster. But of course he is eligible for a replay if Brighton can get one today. Alf Gray, the referee from Great Yarmouth, who's been here before. He was a linesman in the 1976 Cup Final and refereed the 1981 Charity Shield, with his linesman Colin Downey and Mr. Pardo. Well, it's a big day for the players. It's a very big day for the officials as well, because good officials, and Alf Gray, I always have believed, is one of them, can help to make it a spectacle. I think he refereed you very recently, actually, didn't he, Graham, at Watford?
Yeah, he refereed our last game of the season against Watford, but you can see the players now, all the players want to do is get away, and then they go. That's relief for them.
Well, let's take a check on the 2 teams, starting with Manchester United, with Gary Bailey in goal, Mike Duxbury, Arthur Orbiston, Ray Wilkins, Kevin Moran, Gordon McQueen, Brian Robson, the captain, Arnold Muren, Frank Stapleton, Norman Whiteside, young Alan Davis, just 21-year-old, remember, playing his first ever FA Cup tie for Manchester United, and Ashley Grimes, the substitute. Brighton, with Graham Mosley in goal, Chris Ramsey, Graham Pearce, Tony Grealish, the captain, in place of Steve Foster, Steve Gatting, Gary Stevens, Jimmy Case, Gary Howlett, Mike Robinson, Gordon Smith and Neil Smiley, with Jerry Ryan, their longest-serving player, is the substitute. Well, Brian Robson. Well, he's said to be the best player in Britain at the moment. He missed the Milk Cup final, and that could have had quite a bearing on Manchester United's defeat that day by Liverpool. In his first FA Cup final, I would have thought he probably has done all he can do at the moment for an experienced side as captain. But he might well just have a little word, I would have thought, with Alan Davis. Both Robson and Ray Wilkins here, of course, are both captain Manchester United and England this season. And, well, who would have believed? 21 years old, Alan Davis, a Welsh lad who suddenly gets himself thrust into the Wembley scene. And you say that, but what about Gary Howlett, who a year ago was watching the cup final on television in Dublin? He'd been told by Coventry that he wasn't required anymore, and he thought his football career, certainly in England, was probably over. Here he is 12 months later, not out of work, but with a big job to do for Brighton. Well, Kevin Moran will hope to get through without an injury. 45 stitches he's had, Kevin Moran, in his face alone over the last 18 months. The toss-up, and Alf Gray, in fact, will be tossing up with a 1960 half-crown, which signifies the year he began as a referee in the Great Yarmouth Leagues. He's a bit of a coin collector, and he said that's the one he chose. He thought it was right. 1960 half-crown, and the teams are going to change over. It's going to be Brighton who will be attacking the goal behind which their supporters are ranked.
It must be very heavy, Brian. He tossed up outside the centre circle there. He tossed more towards this way. It must be very heavy.
That's a good spot, Graham, yes. I mean, right in that centre circle where the ball is at the moment, it is absolutely saturated there, isn't it? Well, if Brighton are to do anything today, well, quite obviously it's going to depend upon this man. But just as Jim Montgomery was quite magnificent for Sunderland when they beat Leeds, and indeed a goalkeeper, if he can keep the whole thing afloat for the first 20 minutes or so, could have an enormous bearing on the whole game.
No, this is it. The goalkeeper should be looking for an early touch and hopefully getting a feel of the ball, so it's not picking out the back of the net.
Well, Gary Bailey for Manchester United, and it's going to be Manchester United who get the 1983 FA Cup final underway. Well, Ron Atkinson looks... it's just another afternoon out, but deep inside, he knows and you know that it isn't. So Manchester United in red shirts, white shorts and black stockings against Brighton in an all-blue strip but with white stockings. United get it underway. And noticeable that the ball was quickly transferred for young Alan Davis to get an instant touch. Gordon McQueen. Long ball forward there towards Stapleton and Whiteside. And played back by Gatting. It's Graham Pearce. Has something of a tradition for being decided by the odd goal. In fact, it's been decided by the odd goal for the last 7 years, and well, Bailey had to come out quickly and Robinson showed that he meant business.
I think the message was clear there, the way Mick challenged for that ball.
Came diving in hard and Bailey's judgment was fine. Now Wilkins. The pace of the pitch will be a little difficult in these opening minutes before they get accustomed to it. And another good challenge by Gatting, and you can see how much he cut the ground up with that challenge there. But here's Robinson again, finding it difficult running the ball down that left flank. But it's a Brighton throw. Warren there right with him, and young Graham Pearce. It's only his second cup tie. He touched the ball out there, came off the referee. And Gordon Smith couldn't quite gather it. Moran will give it back to give Gary Bailey another touch. Muren very deep. Alverston. Muren. Oh, good play there, going past Grealish. Sweeping it wide. And Davis will just get it on the far side, but just out of play. And Howlett sticking fairly close to him. It's Brighton's throw. Pace. Pierce. And a Brighton throw. Duxbury, cut out by Grealish. And that might just fall for Alverston. It does. It got held up a little bit before it found its way through to Smiley. Stapleton's bringing it wide again. And Davis playing an easy ball in once more. And a foul there by Case on Robson. I think we might get quite a battle between those two in the middle of the field, Graham. And Jimmy Case obviously making his point early on.
There's nothing sure. I think that'll just be one of many tackles like that this afternoon, Brian, between those two.
So it's Manchester United's free kick. And Wilkins is over it. A little chip in there towards Gordon McQueen, but Gatting was watching that well. And they'll be well aware of McQueen's danger in the air, and Stapleton's too, and it's Stapleton on the ball again for Manchester United. Oh, and he's left Robinson. There was a nasty deflection there. Oh, it just headed a fraction wide. Well, Davis nearly made a storybook start to a Wembley final. Stapleton going round Mick Robinson, and the deflection there might well have just put them off a little bit, and Davis's header just going wide of that far Brighton post.
He must have a lot to offer, Brian, because I saw Manchester United play Everton towards the end of the season. Ashley Grimes was possibly the man of the match, and he's now been preferred to him, so he's obviously got something to offer.
Well, here's McQueen. And the water spilling up when that ball is played through those central areas. That's not a bad ball, no. It was looked to be a good ball from Howlett, but it was cut out again, and that one wasn't cut out. And it's right side on the ball again now for Manchester United. Looking again for Robson. Again with Davis on the far side. But he played it straight at a Brighton player, crossed in by Wilkins and gathered by Mosley for Brighton. Played out for the first touch for Smiley. No, but there was a foul on the keeper, a free kick to Brighton. Robinson and McQueen, and Moran also with an eye on the big Brighton striker. Stevens for Ramsey. Muren. Territorially, they're having slightly the better of it in these opening exchanges are Manchester United. Robson couldn't hold that one down, shoving the back on Ramsey. It'll be another free kick to Brighton. United trying to impose their power and their class on the underdogs Brighton in these openings. Look how that ball is caught up in there, completely fooled Jimmy Case, and he's back in there again now with Wilkins, and clearly the ball has got to be kept away from those very difficult central areas. Robson, McQueen, Wilkins, looking very much in the mood at the moment, Wilkins. But Ramsey cutting that out quite comfortably and might have made a little more of it, but it's a throw to Manchester United. Wilkins, Muren, Alverston, and now Howlett. Case. Apart from one little flash as Robinson chased the ball that Bailey got first. Brighton really haven't got forward at all as yet, and Alverston cutting that one out before it gets through to Smiley. Looking very calm and assured at the moment, Manchester United. Muren played for Stapleton. Stevens there with him. Muren trying to get it going again for Stapleton, but a skidding tackle there by Gary Stevens. Muren. Ramsey. Yet again, no problem. Moran took his time as much as he required. Found Wilkins, who now finds Stapleton. Again, Davis is in the box, so to his right side. But all to no avail because Smiley came out on top there. Grealish playing a slightly dangerous game, but nonetheless in the end found Gatting. Pearce. Grealish. Comes again for Wilkins. Muren. If they let that midfield get on top, Brighton, they could be in real danger with the quality of Robson and Muren and Wilkins. Orbiston. Here's Wilkins again. He's running it at the moment for Manchester United. Right side. Wilkins again. That's cut out by Smiley. Grealish. A whole lot of sparring going on at the moment. But nobody quite finding that last very important pass.
Brighton have been forced to play a lot of long balls, Ryan. And Big Gordon's eating them up at the moment. Up to the moment in support.
Grealish. Smiley. Yorkshire lad from Barnsley. Grealish. Now Case. Here we go again with Smiley. Very deliberate build up. Again for Case. Mustn't let him anywhere within shooting range of that United goal. They'll be punished if they do. Pearce just playing it in, and Kevin Moran getting it away to Duxbury. Wilkins the long ball. Right side in pursuit. A bit of chewing going on there. The Manchester United bench nearest us. Oh, well cut out again by Stevens. And a good, real strong block challenge there. I think Brighton secretly have felt that fellow, for all the threat of Whiteside and Stapleton, that Gary Stevens could be a big, powerful factor at the back for them tonight.
See, they're having to play a lot of long balls. And they're just eating it in the midfield, United.
They're playing it over their midfield at the moment, Brighton, aren't they?
Yeah, where Brighton are playing it beyond them.
Davis played in a good early ball there. Stapleton knocked it back, but sadly for United it falls for Grealish. Oh, and a bad slip there by Smith. There was nothing he could do about it. And United get possession again with Muren. Played in again for Wilkins. For Muren once more, he tried to dink the ball in, and instead he gets a free kick. Now let's see what United can do with this. They got Wilkins behind it again.
This is what you don't want. A free shot at goal if you're in.
It might be a curler from Arnold Muren. Both Muren and Wilkins capable of a bender. And the wall will need to be lined up really efficiently by Graham Mosley. 3 in it, plus the interloper Alan Davis. And Mosley now, as Muren plays it in, and Brighton get it away. Smiley hacks the long ball, but it's just a brief respite because Duxbury is there again for Manchester United. And still Brighton just can't get forward. It's with McQueen now for Manchester United. And now with Robson. Sprayed wide again for Wilkins. What a good ball there by Wilkins for Davis. Played in once more to Whiteside. They're taking it by storm at the moment.
That would have been a great goal. Good passing movement, great ball in.
And
Whiteside just didn't
on the
quite connect.
So certainly Davis, we've seen a couple of things from him, Graham, and he's showing no signs of cup final nerves at the moment.
He's put a couple of balls in with pace, which are always hard for a defender. They like the balls that are locked in.
And Wilkins so far?
He's running things. Brian Robson's making all the forward runs, and Bush is just sitting there and picking all the bits up, and he's running things at the moment.
Well, Davis, growing in confidence, plays the ball for Duxbury. And now for Moran. Howlett's header now, Case. Howlett's gone forward. Grealish, a rare chance in this opening quarter of an hour for Brighton to get themselves forward. Jimmy Case again. Robinson played for Howlett again. He might get a little strike on goal. No, McQueen is there. Case going in very hard, and he really hit Wilkins there. And Wilkins is down, but not for long. The game goes on. Grealish looking for Gordon Smith. It comes for Wilkins again. He couldn't have been that badly hurt. Duxbury couldn't keep it in. It doesn't matter because Davis is there. Stapleton's little flick. Stevens header for Brighton. Robson a little cushion header this time for Stapleton. And a good challenge by Gatting. Now Smith. Robinson. Brighton coming forward at last, and Smiley. Robinson and Smith are waiting in the middle for him. He's almost got to that byline, and in the end, McQueen had to hack it away for the Brighton corner. The first time Brighton really have shown anything, with coming up to 14 minutes gone. And it'll give them a bit of encouragement. So they brought Stevens forward and Gatting, who have looked, there are a pair of them. If there's any encouragement so far, it is with the way those two have played at the centre of the back for Brighton. They've looked fairly composed themselves. Now they can do a bit of attacking as Case takes the corner for Brighton. Might come for Smiley, on the other hand it might not. Gatting trying to play it for Grealish. It was a little behind him, and he's attacked there by Wilkins, but still Grealish. Now Smiley. Howlett now. Crossed in towards Smith, and a goal! Brighton have scored!
What a crazy
Gordon
game it is.
Smith has put the underdogs into the lead with 14 minutes gone, and almost their first attack of the game. Gary Howlett with the cross, Smith with a header wide of Bailey, and Brighton are in the lead. Graham.
It just shows you what a crazy, crazy game it is. That's the first time they've had more than 3 people in United's half and they've scored a goal. But it was a great ball in, a great ball in.
So Gordon Smith, the scorer for Brighton, and young Gary Howlett, the man who made it, with a lovely ball into it.
Oh, it was a beautiful ball, beautiful ball.
Well, that does open up all sorts of possibilities.
I think that's the best thing that could have happened.
I think you're right, unless you're a Manchester United fan.
Oh, yeah, possibly. No, I mean to make it a more open game.
So Muren, the place is buzzing now. Brighton fans can't believe it. I don't think the United fans can either. And away goes Howlett, the man who laid on that pass for Smith. It's certainly a season of mixed cup final fortunes for Gordon Smith. He went on loan to Glasgow Rangers and played in the League Cup final when Rangers lost to Celtic this season. And here he is in another cup final in another country. But this time his side are in the lead, and here come Robinson now looking for another one. And Albiston just gets in, and it's a corner.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a penalty there, but that's Michael Robinson's strong point. If he turns and goes at defenders, he can cause all sorts of problems. They scored the first goal against us with a situation like that. He turned the defenders and used his pace.
The goal came in 13 minutes 34 seconds. If you've entered our ITV Cup Final competition, 13 minutes 34 seconds is the winning time. Case with the corner for Brighton. And the linesman flagging on the far side, the ball presumably having looped out of play. It'll be a goal kick.
You notice the balls they're playing in, Brian, they're avoiding big Gordon McQueen. They're keeping away from him because they know he'll just pick everything off in the end.
Now Wilkins for Manchester United. Albiston. Smiley. And Grealish really dumped Wilkins on the deck there. But he hasn't got a lot of support, and Duxbury will come and collect. Robson. Muren. Well, here's Case. 1 or 2 slips are showing in the Manchester United play at the moment. Robinson tackled successfully, though, by Albiston, and they get it back to Gary Bailey. Wilkins. Davis. Duxbury. Robson, advantage played there, and a good one by the referee. There's no doubt that Alf Gray is the sort of referee who'll give it every chance, but he's got to decide with these sliding tackles just how much discretion he can allow. Ramsey, Stevens, and Robinson ducked in low, but again the referee played it on. It was 6 to 1, half dozen the other. Robinson ducked in low, and McQueen's feet were rather high. Wilkins played for Duxbury. Davis. Duxbury playing it in again to Norman Whiteside. Oh, and Stevens just stuck out the foot. And United win their first corner for all the pressure that they showed in the opening quarter of an hour.
I think so far, Brian, it's been very good. I think we've had a goal. The referee's letting things go. There's been some good football mostly by United. I think so far no complaints at all.
Well, here's Muren with the corner, and Whiteside flicks it back at the second attempt. Moran was right in there, Robson's right in there, McQueen's right in there, and Brighton in the end. Oh my goodness, the relief at getting that away. It looked odds on at least 3 different Manchester United players getting a very vital and quick equaliser. Here comes the corner. Robson heading it back, but the flag was up. The referee has disregarded it. Base falls. In fact, he must have been pushed. It's a free kick for Brighton. Well, you really get the impression that we have a cup final on our hands here now. And it may depend, there are 1 or 2 Brighton people would like it just to finish now.
Well, I'm sure they would. But this, we've talked a lot about the pitch beforehand. It's playing very well, the ball's zipping about. There's only sort of that small stretch in the middle of the park where the ball's holding up. This is the sort of pitch we'd love to play on. The ball's flying about.
Jumping with Wilkins and getting the better of it. Moran in quickly. Pearce. Little touch for Case. That's not a bad ball either to the goal scorer Gordon Smith. For Case again. Grealish. Swaggerish little character. Stevens, who's looked so cool so far under a little bit of pressure. Smiley. Lively and dangerous. But Robson is there. And the referee was right on the spot to see there was no foul. McQueen can bring it away. A few South Coast boos, but the referee couldn't have been in a better position. Augustin, dispossessed there by Grealish. Now Gatting. A long ball away for Robinson to chase. A beautifully weighted ball though, and it looked to me as though he was pushed away. Yes, and indeed he was by Moran. It's a free kick for Brighton.
That was a great ball from Michael Robinson. That's the balls he likes to chase. That was a great ball.
And the goal has made a difference to Brighton, Graham, hasn't it?
I mean, their tails are up now. But just look at the pitch. Look at the difference in their half to United's half. It's easy to tell with all the plays being.
It's well worn. But here's Pearce with a free kick for Brighton. Floated really for Bailey. Pearce will get it back. It's a day when back passes do have to be very finely judged. Indeed, as Aberdeen found in the Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg, when it is a sodden pitch, balls can get held up and forwards can get in. And I think if I were a manager, I would begin to quiver every time a ball is played back towards my goalkeeper, but that's offside against Whiteside and against Stapleton. A free kick to Brighton, leading by 1-0. And we're just about coming to the halfway stage of the first half. Stevens. Howlett. Pearce. Stapleton. Now Davis. Stapleton again. He's got Whiteside in the middle. Wilkins. Oh, very strong challenge again there from Case on Wilkins, and that's really left Wilkins on the deck, and I'm surprised the referee allowed it to go on, but he has. That looked a very, very strong challenge indeed, Graham.
Yeah, Brian, I mean, the only thing I can say about it is I know Jimmy Case very well. He's playing in a cup final. He's a winner.
But the referee is not even allowing the United trainer on the field. Mind you, a little earlier, Wilkins went down, if you'll notice, and got up straight away, after it looked as though he'd been poleaxed, and maybe the referee thought, well, I'm not going to get caught again.
Jimmy's come here to win a cup final medal, Brian.
Well, there it was. That was the challenge. Well, you played with him, Graham, didn't you? Of course.
Oh, he's a great player to have on your side. The big games when it matters, you look to people like Jimmy Case.
And what about the young fellow he's talking to, Gary Howlett?
Yeah,
I mean, on the scrap heap a year ago, out of work, watching it on television, and now he's set up that first goal for Gordon Smith. Most brilliant.
Well. Also, the young fullback's playing very well, playing with a lot of confidence. I saw him interviewed before the game, and he looked to be a confident lad, and he's certainly playing like that at the moment. It's a different game now.
There's a man who must be wondering quite what's going to happen now this afternoon. Ron Atkinson, the Manchester United manager, and Nick Brown with him. Well, I'm happy to say that Ray Wilkins...
No, he's not got a bad one.
He's okay. A drop ball. And it falls for Robson. Muren played for Whiteside to Chase. And a corner.
Maybe it is a bit more serious, Brian, with the substitute warming up.
So Muren with the corner for Manchester United. They've got McQueen waiting to launch himself at this one. And indeed, he got the touch to it as well. Stapleton wanting to turn it back. It's with Muren, a little dink in once more. Stapleton's header, goal kick to Brighton. So Ashley Grimes still warming up. That maybe it's noticeable that Jerry Ryan is also warming up for Brighton. I think it's probably just to get the old
quite a cold
legs
day. It's quite a cold day. It's an ideal opportunity for both of them to go and keep warm. So maybe, and hopefully, that's all it is.
Case. Robson. Stapleton. Out of play, said the linesman. A few thousand Mancunians would be prepared to argue. But Chris Ramsey will take the throw for Brighton.
You just see how boggy it is down there.
Yeah, you saw there. It broke nicely for Robinson. He finds Smiley. Turn for Smith. And now for Robinson to chase. And the ball kept in that time. Muren. Arthur Augustin. His first cup tie was the 77 final, Augustin. Wilkins spraying out that long ball for Duxbury. Good attacking fullback, and here he comes. Robson getting caught up a little bit. Now it's Wilkins' turn to move forward. This with Duxbury. Wilkins. Smith did well, and a little bit of confident play there again by Brighton. Smith, more confidence from them. Pearce, the little fullback, coming forward. Grealish saying, well, go on then, have another go. And Robinson waits in the middle as Robson goes back. And there was an unfair challenge on the Manchester United number 7, so it's their free kick. And Pearce throwing the ball away, not releasing it for Robson to take it. Alf Gray has noted it, and he will have a little word with him when he feels the moment is right. Won't make a big issue of it, but he'll make his point. Moran, Stapleton, taken away by Case, and now Grealish. Stapleton getting some support from Muren just behind him. He might play the little short ball for Muren. No, he's change of mind because he saw Wilkins coming up, but it was cut out by Howlett. But then Orbiston gets it through for Ray Wilkins. Across now for Stapleton coming in, and the header is saved by the keeper. Almost caught out there, Brighton.
You see how dangerous it is when the ball comes off the surface. It picked up speed, the header there, the minute it hit the ground.
It picked up speed and it bounced quite a bit as well, and Mosley was at full stretch to get it away. It's Davis who takes the corner. McQueen again up there with Stapleton and Whiteside, the three big men actually in the Brighton 6-yard area, with Moran and Robson prepared to make the late launch. McQueen's header, Muren onto the left foot. It is now with Davis again. Crossed in towards the near post on that occasion, and another corner. Came off Gatting. So Davis again will take it. A slight change of tactic now for McQueen. He's gone out to make that long run towards the corner. Whiteside looking to get it on that powerful left foot of his. Denied the opportunity by Howlett, but here's Muren playing it in again. Stevens got that one away under a lot of pressure right at the back there for Brighton. He's looked very good, this number 5, Gary Stevens.
We said before the game that they had a problem in the back, but looking at the game right now, there's no problems there. I mean, the low balls and high balls, they've caught with them without too much trouble, apart from the one incident from the corner. They're playing very well at the back at the moment.
All the world loves an underdog, and those of you sitting and watching at home who are not committed Brighton or Manchester United fans, I suppose, are maybe on the edge of your seats wondering if the underdogs can pull off the improbable yet again in a Wembley Cup final. Well, at the moment it's Manchester United attacking, and it's Davis coming in. And he's got a bit of support from Muren up there. It's still Davis coming in, and Mosley goes down when it almost got through to Brian Robson. But a good dogged run there by Davis. And in the end, if it had been pulled back maybe a yard more, Robson would have been there.
He slightly kicked the ground there when he went to pull it back.
Stevens. There's another long ball. That's the sort that Robinson likes, but it's Smith this time, and it'll be Bailey who comes out. Wilkins. We're up to the half-hour mark. Quarter of an hour of this first half left, and Brighton still leading by 1-0. Gordon Smith, the scorer, after 13 minutes. Robson. Muren, cultivated left foot, picking out Orbiston. Whiteside. Very strong left-sided players in the United side, getting in the corner now. Orange coming up, and every time he and McQueen come forward, so Gordon Smith and Robinson come back and do some defensive work for Brighton. And they know how important it is. Muren again with the corner for Manchester United. A deeper one this time. Mosley going for it, just flicking it off the head of Gordon McQueen. Wilkins turning it back, and a good one it is too. And McQueen, my goodness, they claim it was over the line, but the referee says no. Muren trying once more. Robson with a shot, a brilliant save by Mosley. Well, they had a little bit of luck there before Ramsey got it away in the first place from McQueen's header there. But it looked quite clearly not to be over the line. And then a really brilliant save by Graham Mosley from Brian Robson.
That's a great stop because it's coming through players. The goalkeeper couldn't have seen it till late.
And Robson really caught it as well. But Mosley, remember, made 2 astonishing saves that brought Brighton here from the semi-final after they'd gone ahead against Sheffield Wednesday. So he's certainly doing his work in this cup run. Davis. Duxbury. And still having so much more of the game, Manchester United, but still they remain a goal down. Kevin Moore. Now, Whiteside after this one, yet again that man Stevens is there, and he couldn't have found a better player than Jimmy Case, because Case knows what Smiley wants, and it's that sort of ball. But Robinson waiting in the middle, he's got a bit of pace, picking it up. Well, Robinson coming in there, my goodness, they nearly popped in another one. Good break again by Brighton, and it was the pace that was picked up here by Neil Smiley, getting away from Moore and whipped in his cross. And the angle was just a little too difficult for Michael Robinson.
Michael Robinson knew exactly what Smiley was going to do there. He scored the same sort of goal against us in the cup this year. Got to the byline, and he was never going to chip it. He was going to play it in with pace.
Stevens. 12 minutes of the first half remaining now. Brighton leading Manchester United by 1-0. Pearce. A little bit of calmness for you. That says an awful lot about Brighton at the back at the moment. The temptation must have been enormous for him to just whack that ball away. Grealish. Case. Smith. Not quite the ball for Robinson. It'll be Bailey's. Duxbury. Stapleton. Whiteside playing it on again, but coming to nothing. A little more squirming on the Manchester United bench, crossing of legs and a little bit of cursing under the breath, because it's a situation that they mustn't allow to get out of hand. There you see it, Ron Atkinson now. But they'll not be able to make anybody heard in a red shirt from that distance. They've just got to suffer until they can say things at half-time. Alveston. Wilkins. Muren. Touched on, but maybe not quite enough in it. Certainly Ramsey was determined to get to that one himself. They're putting an awful lot into their game, Brighton, at the moment, and they're hanging on 1-0. Muren. Alveston. Away this time by Stevens. So it's Brighton 1, Manchester United 0, with about 11 minutes to go to half-time. Muren now. It's a good cross coming in again, and Pearce got it away only as far as Robson. A little chip back in there once more. Now it's Gatting away for Howlett. Grealish towards Case. McQueen was there. And that was a nice ricochet for Manchester United, straight to Robson. Good ball played wide for Davis. He just kept it in. He's shown he can be a good crosser. He dribbles well. He takes men on. He's found Whiteside. There's a deflection there that took the sting out of Whiteside's shot.
They wanted a penalty there, but it wasn't a penalty there. The young winger done very well again. He seems to have very good close control. I don't think he can afford to leave him much space, or else he's going to take him apart.
Well, Stevens for Brighton. McQueen, a little touch from Muren. It's so important that United don't allow themselves to become rattled, to keep playing the football that they know they can produce, in the hope that in the end it will produce the chance they want. There's no point in doing unnatural things and getting panicky, not at this stage. Rosery bringing it above Stapleton. Grealish being in that most treacherous area, and Grealish running it away, but then running straight into Duxbury. And now Davis again. Duxbury outside him. A good surging run, but now Davis once more. He might be in trouble against Gatting. Pearce. Moran winning it well in the air, but it's Grealish. It comes to Robson, and onside. No, the offside. The flag is up. The flag is up. It seemed a little late coming up, the flag, but it was the right decision, that's for sure. Is there a temptation that you do start to panic a little bit being down like this?
The problem happened there because Tony Grealish was forced to run with the ball. There was no one making any movement up front for him. He had to hold on to it and hold on to it, and eventually overrun it. He got himself caught. If someone makes a run away, then he can play it into space, because this is what they're looking for. They're looking to turn Manchester United's back four.
I meant more in terms of Manchester United. Is there a danger that you can panic a little bit in a cup final when you're expected to win and you're down?
Well, they're not at the moment. They've continued to play their stuff, although they've gone a goal down completely against the run of play.
It's Kevin Moran. Cut out by Howlett. And a nice bit of skill there, and good combination with Jimmy Case. And now Chris Ramsey. He's only 20 years old. Well, that's a lovely ball now for Robinson. Oh, and Robinson, in fact, he was offside. And it spares his blushes, because that looked to be a golden opportunity until the flag went up. Superb ball played through by Chris Ramsey.
Oh, you dream about balls like that. On the deck, perfectly weighted. He's in on goal. Shame he was just a couple of feet offside.
Grealish leaving it for Neil Smiley. Howlett. Stevens. Howlett again. No, that won't get through to Smith. It goes to Duxbury. Six minutes of the first half left, with Brighton leading by a goal to nil, as Wilkins finds Stapleton, who in turn finds touch. A throw to Brighton.
So they should be quite content now. I know it's negative, but they should be quite content with going in 1-0 at half-time if they can. Not to go back all the time, but not to be looking to do anything silly and push too many men forward.
Smiley from Grealish's pass. Stevens. Alveston backpedaling under pressure from Gordon Smith. One spot against another. And Smith now with Brighton's throw. Grealish made a break, and he took Robson with him, which left a bit of space for Smiley to find Case. The Brighton fans wanted Jimmy to put in a Case special then, but it wasn't the right moment. Smiley. A little cross coming in, and not a bad one to Robinson! They're making the occasional breaks that are causing quite a flutter in this United defence. Robinson really hurling himself at that, and Bailey turning it over. Good break again, Graham.
Yeah, that was another. It was the same sort of ball that got them the goal. It was a ball that was dinked in, and he had a yard on a defender, and as you said, he hurled himself at the ball. That would have been another great goal. I think he's gone and hurt himself in doing so.
Well, it's Brighton's corner when they've managed to get Michael Robinson back on his feet again. Well, they surely can't believe their eyes. And I wonder how many of them have followed Brighton through thick and thin this season, because their crowds have been pitifully small, really, at the Goldstone ground. But there they are. They're all lifelong supporters today, you can be sure. But it's a great day for them. Gatting got the header in, and it nearly came through for Smith. It's going to be another corner.
See, once again, they're avoiding Big Gordon.
They're playing it, over him or short of him all the time. Well, Jimmy Case has the responsibility of this corner. they've got Robinson at the near post. Smith is there right alongside Gary Bailey. And people who are coming from way out, like Gary Stevens, that's towards the near post. Flicked on by Robinson. Smith tried to get in there, and in the end, they were just grateful for Muren to get it half away. Played nicely by Pearce now for Case. Grealish. And there's another good long cross, and McQueen left it, and it could have been a very severe punishment as Gatting came in behind him. A little lack of concentration there on the part of Manchester United in defence as Grealish drove in that cross.
I think Big Gord must have got a shout because he didn't make any attempt to go for it. I think someone must have called him to leave it.
Well, United now trying to build something from deep in the shape of Ray Wilkins. Now Duxbury. With Brighton still leading by a goal to nil as we come to the last 2 minutes now of the first half. Stapleton, Muren, Ulverston. That deflected off the defender. Oh! Didn't go over. There was a foul on the keeper. But another heart-stopping moment there for Brighton, and not least for Graham Mosley. He made a right mess of this one. There. And then
it wasn't a foul. It wasn't a foul. He had dropped it before Ray Wilkins challenged him.
Gatting, Ramsey, that's McQueen. Stevens up well, beating Stapleton in the air by a good 6 inches or so. But here's Robson again, right side, but too slow on that occasion. Wilkins got in quickly, but here's Case collecting and then losing as Davis takes it and takes a bad tackle that gives Manchester United another free kick. And Ray Wilkins, in fact, going to the referee and putting up 3 fingers to him and saying that's 3 times he's done that. So it's Wilkins with the free kick in the last minute of the first half for Manchester United. Floating in towards Robson, coming late, and he seemed to hurl himself at the goalkeeper. Indeed he did, and it's a free kick for Brighton. That's usually where Robson is so good. He hurls himself in with a lot of pace late on a free kick like that. But it never was quite his ball, actually, Graham, was it?
No, he was always going to be second best there. He could possibly have got himself injured there if the goalkeeper had come out with his knees up. As you say, he'll always do that because he's such a brave player. And he always tries to get an end of things in the box.
Mosley then with the kick. And a free kick to Manchester United. That must have been Smith backing in on McQueen. Well, if they're going to get this big psychological boost before the interval, they've got to do it in the next few seconds now, Manchester United. They're a goal down. Stevens battling, and Howlett battling, but the ball breaking for United. It's with Robson, and that's played. Their Case will just allow it to go over for the goal kick. Graham Souness, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I suppose if I was a Manchester United supporter, I'd be thinking, what do we have to do to score? Because they have dominated the game. And yet they're going to go in at half-time. It looks 1 goal down. If I was on Atkinson, I would just tell them to continue doing their stuff because, I mean, what more can they do? They're getting chances, they're creating chances, and they're dominating the play. I think Brighton must regard themselves as fortunate to go on 1-0 at half-time, but all credit to them because they're battling so hard. Whether their legs are tired towards the second half, I don't know, but
well, there's a free kick for United. Wilkins will take it. We're a minute into time added on. At the end of the first half, Stapleton's header, and no problems there for Mosley. Half-time whistle, and what a half-time score for Brighton. The goal by Gordon Smith after 13 minutes. And the feeling that we could have a tremendous climax here in the second half. Jimmy Mealia going off to say, no doubt, to his players, that's all right, just keep doing what you're doing. And maybe Ron Atkinson will have the same message for Manchester United. I think we're going to have a marvellous second half. And the half-time then here at Wembley in the 1983 Cup Final. It's Brighton 1, Manchester United 0. Well, I hope you're enjoying this match this afternoon as well. even though it hasn't gone all that well so far for Lancashire, with Manchester United a goal down. And Brighton coming out, and there's the man, in fact, who scored the goal, Gordon Smith, with a fine header, beautifully placed. And Graham Souness, my co-commentator this afternoon, it's obviously going to be a battle so far as stamina is concerned in this second half.
Yeah, when we've played here in the last 2 Milk Cup finals, we've gone into extra time, Brian. And we've always felt, because of the way we play, because we make teams run about our passing game, that we felt the longer the game went, the more the chance we had. So I think United must be saying to themselves, well, we've done most of the football. They've done most of the chasing, so they must obviously think to themselves that Brighton are going to tire. But if Brighton can remain 1-0, if they can keep it at 1-0, then they'll find their stamina and their legs somewhere. They know what's at stake.
So we shall watch United just playing the ball around. We shall watch Brighton doing the chasing, and we shall wonder how soon it'll be before Jimmy Melia's men, if they do, that is, if they run out of steam. Incidentally, the score up at Hampden Park in the Scottish Cup final at half-time is Aberdeen 0, Rangers 0. And somebody has thrown a smoke bomb away to the left. There's nothing much more serious than that, and it won't become much more serious than that because the police are in good attendance at that end of the field. But it doesn't obscure the fact that Manchester United start the second half a goal down. It'll be Brighton who kick off in the all-blue strip, attacking the goal to our left. And really, it becomes a question, can the underdogs hang on for yet another famous Wembley victory? They seem to be pulling them off left, right and centre, the second favourites in these cup finals. Remember, it's the first time that Brighton have ever been here. United's 9th. A throw to Brighton. Ramsey. The cross coming in again towards Smith, but that time Moran was there. Grealish trying to plant it in there once more. Howlett finding Case. We haven't seen a Jimmy Case special yet, and of course they haven't yet had a free kick in a position where he can really show that powerful right boot of his.
No, they didn't give him a yard anywhere within 30 yards of the goal, because if he catches them, then it takes some stopping.
Whiteside playing it for Mirren, dinked in nicely. Gatting got back well. Handball. Oh, handball, was it? No, handball. A handball was given there before Whiteside finished it off. And a bit of sportsmanship there from Norman Whiteside. A big smile. He tried to kid the referee, hit him on the thigh. It's played through here, and a handball. And the referee, what a good position Alf Gray took up. McQueen, Whiteside, Mirren, and Alveston leading the charge from the back. Whiteside there with Stapleton waiting in the middle. This is coming towards Stapleton, but instead it comes to Mosley. Robinson versus McQueen, and McQueen wins it. Grealish might collect with the help from Ramsey, and now Smiley. What a lovely turn of pace, and a good little ball there, played back to him by Smith. And here are United again, but on that occasion it was Wilkins who lost it. But it's so hard to gather it up in that area, as you can see, and McQueen thought about the pass back, perhaps just saw that Robinson was coming in. Stevens after that one, and a goal kick. His third Wembley final, and he's never won one, and he's got a cut or a loosened tooth and a bit of blood about his face for his pains. Robson, who's really got to assert himself in this second half. Smiley. Grealish playing it forward for Robinson. Knocked back nicely there for Smiley, but then Smith goes and runs it into touch. It's not really a question of Brighton's stamina holding out, it's their nerve and their discipline as well, because one little mistake and at this level of the game you'll be severely punished for it.
I think United are going to try and play longer balls. I think they may feel that they've been playing too much of the pretty stuff.
Well, it's Duxbury now. Robson. Davis. Cut out by Pearce. Pearce again. A little chip forward, but only Robinson was up. They're really packing their midfield and defence at the moment of Brighton. It's back with McQueen again. Whiteside, the touchdown for Wilkins, and Stapleton wasn't quite quick enough to gather. McQueen, the pattern of the first half really, where United are building up their attacks, doing all the work territorially, and Brighton defending, and Gary Stevens again defending well. Smith once more for Grealish, played wide there as Smiley makes his run. McQueen's out there after him, and a throw to Brighton.
I think Manchester United are trying to push Ray Wilkins a bit further forward this half. They look to be, as I said before, trying to be a bit more positive.
Ramsey played in again for Smith. Bit of space there for him as well. But I don't think anybody in a blue shirt will get to that. Duxbury is there first. Whiteside, can he hold it up long enough? Well, he finds Duxbury again. He's got Davis outside him, but it's Wilkins spreading it towards Muren, and Ramsey just dummies Muren and the ball, and it goes for the throw to Brighton. Muren. Swept wide again. I don't know whether Davis can get to that. And the more this game goes on, the more it becomes reminiscent of that 1973 Cup final when Sunderland came here long odds and scored an early goal against Leeds United, the red-hot favourites, just as Brighton have done today, and then became an enormous battle between Leeds in attack and Sunderland in defence, and you wonder just how long they might hold out. And you're getting those same sort of vibes at the moment as United continue to come forward, and it's Wilkins on the ball again for them, and Brighton keep battling away to keep them at bay. It's a free kick now for Manchester United. It's Robson who's leaving it now for Wilkins to take. McQueen's gone forward, Muren's in there, Stapleton's in there, Whiteside also. Even Albiston is coming and venturing forward a little bit. It's McQueen who makes the run and the header, but it's off the target. It's a goal kick. It's real knife-edge stuff now, Graham.
It is. Yeah. As you said, I think you get the feeling that United are maybe playing with their nerves a bit now. They don't seem to be that composed. Now, whether it's because they're trying to change the game and they're trying to get more men forward, be a bit more positive. But if I'd been a manager, or I know what our manager would have said, he would have said, keep doing the same stuff as you've been doing in the first half. But I don't think United are doing that. They seem to be trying to get more men forward quickly, or quicker.
Well, Robson, it's the captain's job now to keep his men going when the going gets a bit tough.
He's injured there. He's injured there.
And obviously,
he's got one.
Stevens thought that Whiteside's challenge was an unfair one. And it is that Graham Souness said straight away, he's badly injured there. As soon as he went down, a pro spotted that one.
I think they've got the sub.
Ramsey's in trouble. I think we ought to have a look at that again. Whiteside. Yes, that was a fairly nasty challenge there on his right shin. Jerry Ryan, Brighton's longest serving player, in fact scored in that cup tie at Anfield, I think, Graham, is warming up. And I just wonder in any case, even if Ramsey is able to go on, if later on he might well be tempted to bring Ryan on to fly down the wings and upset United a little bit.
Yeah, well, a player like Ryan, who can hold a ball and give you a bit of breathing space when he's wide, I think he'll be a big help in a game like this, especially if they're going to be under the collar. Now, he doesn't look too good, the fullback, at the moment.
Does he? He looks very bad, actually. He's on his feet, but he's really struggling. Oh, so United there. He's struggling underneath that one. Ramsey is down again.
I think he'll have to come off.
He's desperately trying to run it off, but every time he takes a couple of strides,
no, they're getting their sub on, I think.
When you're under the cosh as they are at the moment, you can't afford to have anything less than 100% fit. As Wilkins now sprays it wide again for Duxbury. Played forward first time for Davis, and a good ball by Davis for Duxbury. And it came back off Jimmy Case for Duxbury. Rain crossed him once more, Whiteside, and Stapleton! 1-1. Ron Atkinson off the bench, because he knows that was so vital. And Frank Stapleton, after Whiteside from Duxbury's cross, had got in a nice little near post touch. The keeper could only just turn it on to Stapleton, who whacked it into the roof of the net from close in.
So I think you see it, if the right fullback's fit, he's going to get to that ball. He's always struggling. They should have had him off right away. He wanted to be off.
Well, perhaps their failure or their inability to get Chris Ramsey off has cost them a goal by Frank Stapleton. He's now behind the goal, and Jerry Ryan is coming on.
I think they may look back and that being the turning point, Brian, because I think now there's only one team going to win it.
Well, Chris Ramsey is out of it, and Brighton now have a big fight on their hands. Pulled back to 1-1. And Ryan will come on to see if he can repair the damage. But it'll mean a slight rearrangement, because Ryan's not a right back. But that's where he's going. And I noticed the sign he was making to Stevens, come on, do a bit of talking. Let's talk to each other and keep each other going now. Stevens.
That goal came about, Brian, because both the young lads committed themselves down this left-hand side here. Both of them went forward and allowed the fullback to get in.
Well, that brought untold relief to Manchester, there's no doubt about that. They've invested a lot of money in this team, and Ron Atkinson was saying, I shan't be satisfied with anything other than a victory today. It's not enough for us to get here and play in the final, we've got to win it. Stevens with the free kick. There's a long ball there by Stevens. Gordon Smith's after it, but Gordon McQueen gets there first. Smiley coming in quickly. There's still a lot of football in this match, but it's United now with Muren finding Wilkins. And another Brighton player is injured. It's Smiley, but he's getting painfully to his feet as Albiston now takes it up for Manchester United. Stapleton. Muren. Cross coming in towards Whiteside. And here's Howlett. Case. Well, they need an old head now to rally them, Brighton. Ryan playing at right back. Smith. Gatting. Grealish. And it's making Brighton look just that little bit ragged now. They've just got to pull themselves together. Maybe that's what Case and his teammates were doing by spraying the ball around with some simple passes just to get the feel of things again and get a little bit of rhythm going. Wilkins spinning a lovely ball out wide this time to Albiston, now to Muren. Played in again towards Stapleton, played back again for Albiston. Can Davis get to it? No, but there's a bit of a shove on Howlett. It'll be a free kick to Brighton. Tremendous atmosphere now. The Manchester fans have really found their voices and their arms have flown their flags, and Whiteside has found the ball.
Brighton are finding it hard to get out their own half now.
Smith. Ryan again. Case. And Ramsey, the substitute, Chris Ramsey, has gone off with a badly twisted ankle. That's why he couldn't continue. With a quarter of an hour gone, the cup final is superbly poised now. Manchester United 1, Brighton 1. Duxbury, Whiteside losing out. Gatting and Case between them might get themselves together for Brighton. They find young Gary Howlett. Oh, a lovely little dummy there he did on Moran. He's got Smiley outside him, but he's going all the way himself. And that's a fair ball also for Gordon Smith on the far side. They're claiming handball, but Grealish finding Ryan. Different cross that. Smiley didn't get a touch with his head, and it came too fast for Robinson. And Duxbury will drag it away again for Manchester United. Davis. Robson. Whiteside. Robson. Muren. Wilkins. Come and get it, they're saying to Brighton. Wilkins. Stapleton. Whiteside. Ryan's there, flick back confidently to his keeper. Case. Well, that falls invitingly for Howlett. And a little bit of pace maybe, but the pass to Robinson wasn't a good one. Well cut out by Duxbury.
I think some of the Brighton players are looking tired now. Obviously, United have got the bit between their teeth. They're looking to go forward all the time. Brighton look as if they're content to stay in their half at the moment.
Brown doing a bit of shouting. And a bit of pointing there from Steve Foster. I think he was at the far side of the Brighton bench. Gary Stevens with a free kick for Brighton. Hit towards Robinson. Moran's header to Muren. Again trying to get Whiteside going, but as well headed away by Stevens. Here he is again. They've certainly done his reputation no harm this afternoon. The young man on the ball at the moment, Ipswich lad. Case. And now Smiley. Can he whip something in here? He can, but it's straight at the keeper, but a powerful shot on target.
Well, not many shots this afternoon when you think about it, but at the same time it's still been a good game.
Well, having had some treatment, Chris Ramsey comes back from the dressing room to sit out the last 28 minutes or so. Albiston for Manchester United. And again, here's Muren. Robson made a late break. Smiley. Unfair challenge by Duxbury. Going in hard from behind. I have to say the spirit has been very good in this game. Just, I think Brighton were a little annoyed with the Whiteside challenge on Ramsey. But apart from that, it's been smiles and good sportsmanship all along the way. As Mura now takes it up for Manchester United. Cut out by Ryan, Albiston. And again Ryan.
You said he wasn't a fullback.
I think he prefers to be flying up the wing, Graham, as you well know. Muran. Put down by Stapleton. Robson coming in late. Well taken away though by Stevens, but that almost gave Wilkins a shooting chance. United's throw. They continue to press with 26 minutes remaining, and the score 1-1. Duxbury. That's going to be a goal kick. No, Whiteside kept it in. Davis, Wilkins. Oh, well, that was a little ambitious, but when it's your day, those happen. And they come off.
See, United's movement off the ball now is very good. Whether it's because Brighton have tired that much or whether it's because they've livened up, it's hard to say, but United seem to be quicker to the ball and quicker off the ball.
Stevens. And unlike the first half, they're not, Brighton, getting those one or two rather lethal-looking breaks in that caused United a certain amount of distress. Being pushed back all the time. Pearce, Howlett. Wide again for Gordon Smith. He's looked really comfortable on the ball this afternoon, Smith. Gatting. Case. Wilkins header. Nicely chest trapped and a good turn by Stapleton. A little pass now for Whiteside. Here's Wilkins. Albiston to Muran. Here come United again. Albiston from the back. Howlett trying to get it away. And now with Ryan again. Keeper calling for it. Shouldered off the ball unfairly there by Ray Wilkins. Free kick to Brighton. Quite right, there's a much more lethargic move about, a tired-looking move about Brighton. Everything they do at the moment. Brighton is still about United.
They're still going through that period where they're feeling sorry for themselves. If someone's gone off injured, and
well, Stevens with a long-range shot. That could have been an awkward bouncing one. They must have got the feeling that they're going to win this United, that they can win it. And I would think Brighton at the moment must be wondering how on earth they can do it. Well, we're halfway through the second half. Mind you, we will get extra time if it's still level at the end of 90 minutes. And that will be a very painful business on this punishing pitch this afternoon. You certainly would get a few mistakes then. McQueen. Stapleton. Great run on the left there by Albiston, and not a very good ball through to Whiteside, because Pearce was able to pick it up quite comfortably, and then he gives it straight to Arnold Muran. Robson. So that if United get their noses in front, you have a feeling that that really will be it. Gatting. Robinson. Warren. Free kick. Wilkins takes it quickly. Let's get on with it. Keep our rhythm going. Uren, right side. Uren again. Lovely controlled left foot. Wilkins going through the challenge, looking towards white side, but now Smiley gets it from Ryan. Back to Jerry Ryan again. A little touch for Smith. And this touch this time falls again for Uren. It's Duxbury from Davis. Stapleton. Duxbury. Wilkins. For Frank Stapleton, and Gatting nagging away at him and finally getting it away, but once more not very far, and United will be coming forward again. Uren. The crowd are enjoying it because it's in many ways a real thriller. It's what they're made of, wondering whether Brighton can just hold on now at 1-1 or whether they're going to make a mistake. Here's Davis.
Over here.
Now to Whiteside onto the left foot, and he missed a chance there, but he gets a corner. He's been just a little slow, if you can be critical of him this afternoon, I think, Graham. A little bit slow actually getting that shot in.
Yeah, but you've got to take into account the surface. It's not, you know, it's sticking in some areas and it's running faster in others. It must be very hard to judge anything out there, but with all credit to the players, because I personally think it's a very good game.
Well, let's hope, if you're watching at home, you feel the same way. Well, that might have gone anywhere. And United's Brian Robson claiming presumably a handball or a shove in the back on him inside the penalty area. Not given, goal kick. It's Gatting. Talking to his brother at half-time, Mike Gatting, who's got fingers and toes and just about everything else crossed for his brother. Robinson. And a free kick then for Brighton rather.
This is the first time in about 10 minutes Brighton have had any sort of numbers in United's half.
And McQueen gets it away, helped by Alverston. Ryan goes Whiteside, but Ryan's there challenging, and in the end losing out as Muren picks his way out of that little bit of trouble. And what a ball here for Wilkins. Alverston's made a tremendous break through the middle for Wilkins. Oh, a brilliant goal by Ray Wilkins. He's doing a lap of honour on his own. He's around amongst the Manchester United fans. What a marvellous goal.
He's enjoying that. When you think of the criticism he's had this season, not those, the same people are now cheering him. That's what football's all about, I suppose. The people pay their money, they're entitled to their opinion, but that was a great goal.
A marvellous goal by a good pro who's had his share of troubles. He looked up, Alverston had made a tremendous run. The temptation must have been to play it in there, but he saw Mosley was a little bit off his line, and he curled in an absolute beauty there. Brighton 1, Manchester United 2, and look at this, and if you're a United fan, enjoy it again. He's never won a major prize in the game for all his England caps. He fractured a cheekbone in the Milk Cup earlier this season at Bournemouth. He missed out on a lot of the season. He lost his England captaincy and he got it back again. He lost his United captaincy. He's captained them again. What an up and down season for Ray Wilkins, but it's right on the up and up now. To be done on the bench, not that they can hear him, but it makes him feel a bit better. Well, what seemed to be a day of glory is turning out, it seems, the other way. Steve Foster, you saw there, trying to lift his players from the bench, but it's an enormous job for Brighton now.
I think they've got an uphill climb now. The problem started when their fullback got injured. They didn't get him off quickly enough.
Ryan with the throw for Robinson. Now Stapleton. Got Whiteside up alongside him. Here he is. And Robson was coming up quickly from the back. It's a free kick again for Manchester United. Robson playing it for Wilkins, not again, surely. Well, he tried it. Well, it was not quite as close as that, Ray, to be honest. But that was your first cup-tie goal of the season that has put United into the lead, and only his second of the season overall. So with a quarter of an hour left, United truly are in the driving seat.
I think it's ironic that he should score. Hopefully for his sake it's a winner, because he has had I suppose in anyone's standards, a bad season. I mean, when your own supporters are booing you, I mean, it is bad. And now he's come here and he's possibly scored the winner.
Stevens, and certainly if young Gary Stevens, number 5 for Brighton's on the losing side, it'll be tough for him because he's had a marvellous game.
All the kids have done well, Brian.
True. Out of play. United's throw, nothing going for Brighton at the moment. Muren onto that left foot again, curled a little too far for Davis. So it's Pearce with the throw for Brighton. Pearce getting a shove in the back from Ray Wilkins. Pearce playing it forward again towards Michael Robinson. And Gordon McQueen gets it back to Gary Bailey. Pearce away. Duxbury. Wilkins taken by Case. I think that's bordered on the side of clumsiness more than malice, to be honest. But it's a free kick. And the noise still coming up from the United fans is in its way quite painful. Tremendous wall of noise now as Moran plays it forward towards Frank Stapleton. Pearce gets it away again, only as far as Wilkins. Cut out by Smiley, but he couldn't keep it in. It'll be another United throw. They're really totally camped now inside the Brighton half of the field. Inside the last quarter of an hour. McQueen. Robson. And try another way. Moran lost it for a moment. Fortunately, Robson was on hand. Davis. Robson again. McQueen's header. And won by Robson. Stapleton. Muren. Played nicely there for Duxbury. hard for Brighton to keep going at the moment. And yet, when there's only one goal in it, you've always got a chance. And if there's the slightest mistake in the United defence, and they have been few and far between, but if there's somebody there just to capitalise on it, well, we'll be back at all square. Case, Grealish, Howlett, Grealish again, Case, Pearce has gone up forward as well. Ooh, Ryan's there with a little touch. They thought that came off a United hand. There's a chance for United on the break, except that Stevens is battling with Whiteside and a free kick given to Manchester United. Well, they'll continue to look at their watches for the last 11 minutes or so. And as we've said before, as Mick Brown tries to summon up another big effort from United,
They won't hear him or see him, Brian.
Exactly. But it makes them feel a little bit happier and more comfortable, I think, Graham.
They're nervous as well. They've got to vent their feelings.
And as we've said before, the time will drag for United, and it'll go flying by for Brighton. Robson. Euro. Robson again. Muren used that left foot once more, but Pearce was there. Wilkins. And again it's Brian Robson. And that'll be cut out by Case, or will it be? Well, they're all coming in now. Robson amongst them into the side netting. An uncharacteristic mistake there by Jimmy Case on the edge of his own penalty area, and he's down in a bit of trouble as well. But he lost possession.
Yeah, he had to lunge for the ball. It was always going away from him.
And Robson pounced on that and clubbed it into the side netting. And remember, Brighton already have their substitute on.
Jimbo will be up. There's no way he'll go off. He'll weather that.
I mean, we've got to the point now, haven't we, with 10 minutes left, Graham, where, I mean, Brighton have got to take every risk at the back in order to push people forward and hope that something falls for them.
At the moment, not doing it. They haven't really changed their pattern of play from half-time. They've been under the cosh from the start. And as I see it, they haven't, whether they've been able to, but doesn't seem to have tried to change anything at all. And I think they must. Look at their bench. Their bench are making all sorts of signs.
Well, Foster was making the sign there, play long balls forward. And that's
all very well, but it's coming straight back.
That's right. You've got to have a few people up there to collect. But they've got, with a man like Robertson, they've got a good target man there, presumably, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, but I don't think he's been getting the sort of service that he needs. I mean, Gordon McQueen is possibly the best player in the air in the football league today. They've been playing balls, big loping balls to him. I mean, if they give him a chance and play more chest side to Robinson, he's got a chance, but not big high balls that McQueen can come over the back of him, which he has been doing.
Well, happily Case, as you predicted, Graham, is back on his feet again, but United once more in possession with Wilkins. Duxbury. Smith. But there's a new look of Manchester United now. They've got their noses in front.
They're a yard quicker at the moment, Brian, because of that. They've got themselves in front and they're now buzzing.
Davis. Waiting for young Alan Davis to think that it's his first cup tie, and now he's going to go up the steps, it seems, unless Brighton can overthrow them in the last 8 minutes and collect a winner's medal. When you think a lot of the old pros who've been going, and have over the years, done for years and years.
Thanks very much, Brian.
Bless your heart. Your turn is still to come, maybe. But have never got up those steps for a cup winner's medal. Stapleton, and turned back by Stevens. Robinson.
See, once again, that ball was played up to him, and it was a ball he was always struggling to get. It was just a big loping ball. If it had been fired at him, I mean, that's what he likes. He likes to get the ball in his chest or chest high where he can flick balls on, but not those sort of balls.
fans already starting a victory chorus. 6 minutes left. Wilkins with the free kick. Stapleton for Robson, a back heel towards Whiteside, an interception by Pearce. Again, that ball that you're talking about, it's too high really, and you feel sorry for Michael Robinson. But no,
he can't pick anyone off for it. All he can do is what he just did there, is flick a thing on.
Barry Bailey, who's just in the second half, really had no more than 2 long shots to save. Gatting, Howlett, Grealish. And Grealish again. Smiley, Ryan. Said all that, you have to give a certain credit to Brighton. They really have battled well. There's that long ball again, and that time he was able to hit it down towards Smith. The team are really relegated to the second division, of course. Smith. Got a free kick, it is. Mind you, Brighton would have loved that to have been in a central position from just outside the box, where Case could have had a little dig at it.
Another 2 yards in.
Or even another 2 yards in and a penalty. Well, they brought Gatting forward.
They all look tired now, don't they?
They do look very tired.
All the players.
Now, can Brighton conjure something out of this? Case with the free kick, floated in there. And in the end, it was Stapleton who scored the first United goal, who came back and got a very valuable header in there.
It's a great ball in by Jimmy.
Well, here he is again, Jimmy Case. Can Brighton yet save themselves? A deep one on the far side, that's too far for Gatting, but he's chasing. But he won't collect. It's a United throw. Just inside the last 5 minutes now. Smiley. Oh, Smith. He's got Robinson waiting in the middle. McQueen getting that one away. It's another Brighton corner. A little flurry here in the last 5 minutes now from Brighton.
And you know what's caused this? United, with about 7 minutes to go, started playing the ball back. And they lost some momentum. And now Brighton have the initiative. I mean, they've started to push men forward. They invited them to push men forward.
If Brighton are still strong enough, they can yet grab the initiative. There's Grealish. Will he try a shot? He's thrown it for Stevens!
I told you.
2-2.
I told you. It all started again. United, they were more concerned with getting the ball back to Billy. They thought they'd won the game.
Well, that's absolutely astonishing. His first goal of the season, and he waits until 3 minutes or so from the end of a cup final to get a saving goal from Brighton.
Was it Stevens? You tell me who else deserved to score in the Brighton team. It's a magnificent game.
Well, it looked a formality. It looked as though United simply had to play out the last 3 or 4 minutes and formally go up and collect the cup. But Brighton have had another say in a really remarkable afternoon.
But they invited them. They invited Brighton to come forward. They got the ball in the half line. They were turning and going back with it and giving it to the goalkeeper when they were so much in command. Now who's got the extra yard?
Now who's got the extra yard? But how little time is left, although it looks as though we're going to have an energy-sapping extra 30 minutes. Well, when they played here against Arsenal in '79, they had it snatched away from them, Manchester United. They pulled back to 2-2, and then Alan Sunderland got one right at the death. And now, when it looked as though they were onto a good thing today, Gary Stevens has done the self-same thing. And here's Whiteside. Little enough time left, and look who it is who's making the big challenge. Although he was fouled, Gary Stevens.
It's been a good game though, isn't it?
He's had a brilliant game. Robertson. Whiteside. Oh, and it's fallen for Muren. That left foot will come into play again, and Arthur Albiston is waiting in the middle, but it won't get to him because
Same man
Stevens,
again.
yes, he's there again. Well, it looks as though we're going to get extra time. Alan Davis with the corner for Manchester United. McQueen with a good header, but not quite good enough. And the ball's kept in play. It's Pearce. Now Case. Howlett. Case again. We're in time added on at the end of 90 minutes. With another 30 grueling minutes on their way. A goal kick to Manchester United. Wilkins. Whiteside. Albiston. Wilkins stabbed forward that time for Frank Stapleton. There's Muren. There's the left foot. And this time, oh my goodness, just wide from Davis.
I thought it was in from here.
Well, I thought it was. I think Graham Mosley thought for a moment it was. Any Brighton fan watching that was agonising as that came across the 6-yard area. Muren's left foot again. And he just didn't quite get a positive enough touch on it. Otherwise, we'd have had the storybook end to beat them all. Brighton slow. Well, there's a little bit of stoppage time when Ramsey was injured. A little bit of stoppage time when Wilkins went down. We're right at the end of this normal period of the cup final now. Howlett looking for somebody in blue and tries to pick up Smiley, but only picks up Albiston. And injury time, or rather extra time, could turn out to be a really dramatic Wembley experience, I think. Muren shoving it back on Stapleton by Jerry Ryan. A free kick for Manchester United. We played 2 minutes of time added on. The flag is waving on this side. In any case, normal time is up and we get extra time.
There's a few socks coming down now.
And as you say, Graham, a few socks are coming down now. 2-2. And there's extra time to come. Jimmy Melia coming on. But what can he say other than just keep doing what you've been doing? You've saved yourself, and now let's see if you can go on and win it. And what can Ron Atkinson say? Well, you've given it away by funneling back, as Graham Souness said, and allowing Brighton to grab the initiative. Now you've got to go and grab it back. Desperate moment these for players, really, and for managers. There's never enough time to do what you want to do.
I mean, they're both sets of teams. They'll be so tired. It's once again the manager comes on, the coaches come on and tell you to do things. And there's not a lot registers. You know what you've got. By this time, if a player does know what he's got to do, then he'll never know.
Brian Robson taking a rest. Alan Davis taking a rest. He could so easily. And look, Lou Macari doing the work of the masseur. With the score at 2-2, Smith and Stevens and Stapleton and Wilkins the scorers. Ryan. A long way to go yet. but it's worth just reminding you that if it goes to a replay, which will be here on Thursday, then Steve Foster of Brighton would be eligible for that. So it's United with the throw.
Who does he play instead of?
Who does he play instead of? Yes. Well, just as at Wembley, so at Hampden Park, as Aberdeen and Rangers go into extra time with the score 0-0. Except that we've got 4 goals here, 2-2. Duxbury. Davis. Socks about his ankles now, you'll see. First signs of cramp beginning to have its effect. Wilkins also, but he crosses in a fair ball there towards Whiteside, and Ryan lets it go a long way. Muren might collect. And he gets a corner, which is what Muren wanted. Arnold Muren, who's been here twice. He played here for Holland and lost against England. He played here for Manchester United in the Milk Cup against Liverpool and lost. So like Gordon McQueen, he's looking for a first-time victory in a cup final at Wembley. Now McQueen well forward for this, being watched by Gordon Smith as Davis takes another corner for Manchester United. Floated towards the near post. Case getting it out. Davis with another chance of crossing it in. And a foul on the keeper by Brian Robson. Classic cup final really today. I mean, we have to say it, with an underdog going into the lead, but then apparently being played out of it, and then with all the bravery in the world coming back and snatching it again. Some good football, 4 goals and a real up and down final. You can't really ask much more than that. Case on the ball now for Brighton. Now Pearce played in nicely there, accurately for Smith. He's got Case available again, who knows he's got Grealish inside but prefers to find Pearce. And Pearce is brought down heavily by Duxbury. And it'll be a free kick to Brighton. Which Graham Pearce will take. Grealish has made a little dart into the box, but it was a dummy dart. Case playing it in once more towards Gatting. It might have come off a Manchester player. Indeed it has. It's a Brighton throw. So Smiley will take it. Ryan. Grealish. Pearce. That's a delicate little ball there, but unfortunately for Brighton, Robinson couldn't quite get it. He almost battled it back, though. And what's happened? A corner given. Well, that was the sheer battling instincts there of Michael Robinson. After a nice little ball had been played for him. And he won Brighton the corner, which Gary Howlett will take. Stevens has come forward, having scored his first goal of the season, hoping that lightning may strike twice. Grealish has made a little run again towards that side. Robinson with a backward header. Stevens getting in there, and Smith. But the whistle had gone. There was a shove on the back of Gordon McQueen, probably as Stevens went for that ball. Free kick again. And United don't get their rhythm back at the moment, Graham Souness, do they?
Sorry?
United are not getting their rhythm back at the moment.
No, there seems to be a wee bit of frustration creeping in. There was a sound there. Norman Whiteside there lashed out. I think they felt they had it won. And quite rightly so.
Howlett. No free kick, and the referee was no more than 5 yards from it. Muren's long left foot. Stevens away again. Howlett. Smith. Obstruction, surely, no, not given.
I think he'd lost the ball there, to be fair.
Mirren. Stevens again, giving Stapleton no room to think or breathe. Certainly no room or time to control the ball. Here's Albiston. McQueen. 6 minutes of the first period of extra time gone. And Stevens. A touch out for Ryan. But Stevens had no chance of getting back for that one. But after the work he's got through today, it was a bit much to expect him to be there. But Robson for Manchester United. Albiston. Mirren. Ryan gets it away. But just the ball Robinson didn't want. Duxbury. Davis. Dummying Howlett. I think it probably just came off the Brighton number 8. It's a Manchester United throw. Batting. Well, now can Smith? No, I thought that was going to bounce for a moment for Smith, but fell for Bailey and now for Albiston. There's Muren. Stevens again in the right place. Just a little touchdown for Ryan. Now Gatting, play it safe.
You can tell they're tired just by the way they're kicking the ball. You know, everything's sort of, it's an effort. There's nothing crisp about their passing and long balls.
McQueen. Wilkins. And the whistle gone. Wilkins and Pearce tangling. Free kick to Manchester United. Wilkins. And a good jump again by Gary Stevens. Tackles are flying in, and two of them were badly mistimed there, providing Manchester United with another free kick. Wilkins spotting that something might be on and takes it quickly, but Whiteside can't get away with it. But United still in possession with Ray Wilkins. Played in again for Whiteside, on his chest this time. Played again for Wilkins. Deep across this time towards Robson, but Jerry Ryan getting in there, even at the expense of a corner. Which Mirren will take. And just Albiston and goalkeeper Gary Bailey will stay back. So curling it in with that left foot, Arnold Mirren. And the keeper didn't get a fist to it, but he was impeded as he tried, and so it'll be a free kick for Brighton. Goalkeepers have been very well protected actually by the referee today, haven't they?
Yeah, I think, well, there's always a danger. Gordon can be very dangerous at set pieces, but there's also a danger that he's going to be fouling goalkeepers because he is so big and awkward. The referee's done very well today.
Smiley, Grealish,
good ball.
Robinson finding it hard to raise a gallop in actual fact. But McQueen, who still seems pretty lively, 30 years old. And Manchester United people have been saying he's been like a schoolboy all week, just waiting for this final to come. Oh, Grealish. Can Wilkins get there first? Well, Ryan trying to find young Gary Howlett. Duxbury, only a half clearance though, but it comes for Alan Davis. Nice bit of control there. What's more important, a good pass for Wilkins, and a good one there. Will it be? No. Once more, Gary Stevens is there, stopping the ball getting through to Stapleton. Smiley. 5 minutes of this first period of extra time. The score at 2-2. Steve Gatting. A long ball pumped forward again for Robinson to chase. Well, they forced McQueen into just a half error there, and it now comes for Smiley. Case. Curled nicely there once again, and well, Smith wasn't far from a good connection.
Looking similar to the first goal.
Very similar. Good cross by Jimmy Case. Might break for United. Stapleton finding Davis. He's got Whiteside up ahead of him. But Pearce is the man he has to beat, who's being helped by Howlett. Gets it through, does he, to Whiteside? No, in the end it's Pearce who gets it back to Mosley. Things look ominously that we might be back here on Thursday.
You get the feeling that both teams are thinking that as well. There's no one really prepared to commit themselves.
Wilkins. Queen. Again. Towards Whiteside. Smith. And getting it back from Howlett. Smiley. He's got Ryan outside him, and Smiley's got a bit of pace left, and a good cross coming in, and Robinson very nearly got there. Moran missed it. It was a lovely break by Smiley.
Yeah, that was a great ball, and he showed his pace there, didn't he?
And
I think
Moran was in all
Arthur's
sorts
a
of
bit
trouble.
tired.
Yes. So it's a free kick.
But anyone,
Or rather, corner.
anyone with any sort of pace now would destroy them. Well, say them, either defence.
Case again with the corner. Ooh, Bailey only poured it away. Stevens finding Smiley. Now, good cross required. But he didn't quite get the one he wanted because McQueen was there to get it away. Howlett once more. Good spell this for Brighton. Oh. Well, he nearly maimed Gordon Smith with that one. And here comes Robson leading the charge now for Manchester United, almost at the end of the first period of extra time, and Ryan gets back in there and turns it back to Mosley. Flag up for offside against Robinson. Wilkins. Whiteside. Robson. Duxbury. It's Brighton's throw. Wilkins. Muren. Oh, I thought for a moment that was going to get through to Robson, who'd gone well forward. It's just a slog now between two very tired sides. Anybody who can find just that little extra bit of energy and a little bit of skill to go with it, it'll win the game. It was a good bit of refereeing because he hammered the ball at Pearce, and the referee had a look himself and a quick look at his linesman. Decided no. And Grealish now can take it up. He's got Smiley and he's got Ryan. Now Ryan is a winger who's got a bit of pace, but that wasn't quite the cross that was required, and it might have been interesting to have seen him take it another 15 yards on. Instead of that, Stapleton now for Manchester United. Davis. Whiteside. Mixed up with a balloon there. Well stopped though by Ryan. And that's the end of the first period of extra time. 15 minutes to go.
They're both very tired. You're finding it neither team can get back in any numbers now. They're going forward and they can't get their men back. I mean, anything could happen now.
Well, Ron Atkinson is staying there, so too is Jimmy Melia, because the teams do have to turn straight round. There can't be any consultation with managers or anything else. Although Mick Brown is coming on just to take something from the referee.
This is
the shin
collecting shin guards, but I think he's saying his piece as well.
Well, it's tiring work for Alf Gray. Some 47 years old. On what's becoming a gloomy afternoon, so far as the weather's concerned. The floodlights are now on. McQueen, he's ducked in the header, and it's gone for Smith. Robinson.
He's strong, he's strong.
Grealish, a missed kick. Oh, and Smith, a missed kick. And Smith had more time than he allowed himself. You still feel in your bones that United ought to win it. And the only thing is that it's Brighton who look as though they are coming closer to scoring.
Right now, anything could happen, Brian, anything.
Well, here come Brighton again. Let's see if they can make it happen for themselves. Gary Howlett. That's a fair ball there towards Case, but McQueen cuts it out for Manchester United. Muren. And away goes Whiteside. Stapleton in the middle.
After
Davis and Orbiston, you're right, is making a great run from the back again. Now, will that come for Muren? Well, it'll come for Grealish. An almost lazy ball played out for Smith. Case. Pearce. Grealish. Robinson. He's just about out on his feet, I think, Michael Robinson, in spite of his good little run just now.
He's covered some ground.
He has indeed.
Really, he's been up there. He's been the sole target man for Brighton, and he has covered some ground.
McQueen. Seagulls coming up from the South Coast supporters, but Wilkins finds Duxbury for Manchester United. Moran. Robson. Duxbury. Robson, a little bit of pace quickened up there. Robson trying to get it through, and it might come all the way for Robson. In the end, there were claims, I think half-hearted claims there for something for Manchester United in the penalty area. The referee didn't even want to know about it. Smith. No, that was an extravagance that he could have done without, but he's almost got it back again. Robson. Muren. Whiteside played well there for Orbiston, who has made some great breaks. Stapleton, Orbiston again, and it comes off Grealish. Well, they really have been the Brighton battlers this afternoon.
Arthur Alderson's coming more into the game. He's trying to push forward more. Obviously feels that he's got something to offer.
Well, it's Whiteside at the moment. The cross by him towards Stapleton. A good jump by Gatting. Just about got his feet off the ground. He's being hugged there because Graham Mosley knows how dangerous Stapleton was there. So a corner with black clouds coming over the stadium now. And a moment of worry for Brighton as Arnold Muren takes the corner for United. And, well, that was Gatting again. And then it was number 5, Stevens, who got it away. But not very far. Muren. Wilkins lining up another shot. A deflection. It might fall for Whiteside. Stapleton's in there, or rather, Orbiston's in there too. And Robson!
Alderson again there. What's he doing there outside right?
Well, this is what he was doing, and it was a terrific cross and a good leap in there by Brian Robson. But it stays at 2-2 with 10 minutes of extra time remaining, and Brighton on the ball with Pearce. Smith, Case, just got to coax another 10 minutes out of this Brighton side as Jimmy Case. Well, look at Howlett up there. Can he yet do something? Smith was a little decoy, well played by Howlett there, finding Grealish. Case, old mastermind at the back there, finding Ryan, finding Smiley. Grealish, he looks just about out on his feet as well, and that was a very lazy ball from a very tired man. Wilkins, and an offside against Norman Whiteside.
I think now's the time to do the simple thing. I mean, there, Grealish tries to play a little dinky ball in through legs where the simple ball was wide. I mean, if you're giving it away now, then there's an effort to get back. I think the team who plays a simple ball now is the team who's going to come out on top, if any team. I think it'd be a shame if any team won now.
You tell the winners. Gatting. Wilkins. Alveston. Tackles were going in there, and it was Wilkins who eventually put an end to Smiley's little run. Brighton's throw. Robinson, but he hit it straight at Alveston, and McQueen just carves it out, and it's with Robson. Whiteside very active up front and has found a yard or two for himself, but it was a yard or two in an offside position. In any case, Gatting got his head to it. Here's Stevens. Wilkins. Muren. Once more. Whiteside. Alveston. Powerful shot coming straight off Steve Gatting. Little dink there for Muren. Can he get it onto the left foot? He can't. He's desperately tired like the rest of them. And the ball was just running away from him. It's Brighton's throw. Gary Howlett. Now for Steve Gatting, the long ball forward, but Kevin Moran, Duxbury, and that's a goal kick to Manchester United.
They'll all be happy with that goal kick. They're all getting a breather.
A few deep breaths, I think, going on out there now.
Hands on the hips.
Yes. Well, they have 7 more minutes to decide this final. If not, it'll be a replay for the 3rd year running. Spurs and Man City, Spurs and Queen's Park Rangers. And now very much on the cards, Brighton and Manchester United. Case. Belted away by McQueen. Pearce now for Howlett. Gatting. Smiley, a bit of space. But nobody much has got the energy to make the real positive, devastating move forward at the moment.
He's done well today, Jimmy Case. He's been an old head out there to all the young lads.
Now Smith. Now Grealish. Kick wide for Smiley, who's got Ryan outside him. A little cross coming in towards Robinson, and for a moment he thought that it was on for him. Instead, Brighton
Alderson again, look at him.
yes, Brighton might have some defending to do. Alberston again has made the run, and a lovely pass here for Davis, but then in came Pearce. Up he got though straight away. Wilkins. Stevens away. Little touch there from Grealish. Now Case. Now that's going to be a United ball, and look who's right back there, the man who'll be making all those charges forward. The United number 3, Arthur Alberston. Just 5 minutes of extra time left now. Now Robson. Oh, unstable, and didn't see it. A look of huge disappointment on Brian Robson's face then. He thought he might have played his number 9 in. Smith finding Smiley. Robinson trying to get forward again. Gatting's right forward as well. Smiley with the shot over the top goal kick. Steve Gatting had made a great run forward at a great expense, I would have thought, on what little energy he's got left.
Yeah.
Now chugging back. Look at that. You'll not be sorry to hear the final whistle, that's for sure.
No, they all look very tired.
Wilkins. Can it yet be decided with about 4 minutes now left? Whiteside. Robson's made a little break, and Whiteside couldn't quite get it wide of Stevens. And in the Scottish Cup final, Aberdeen are now a goal up on Rangers. And Eric Black, the scorer. And ball there. A free kick to Brighton. If in fact it comes to a replay, each club will get 30,000 tickets, and 20,000 will be on sale at Wembley from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, here come United. Stapleton has got 3 men up. Support from Arnold Muren just behind him. But it came to nothing, and Stevens was taking no chance, even though Mosley was right behind him, because he knew that Alan Davis was there too.
I think that's the right thing to do under the circumstances.
Alberston now looking to cross the ball in again for Manchester United. Jimmy Case getting it away for Brighton. And a foul and a free kick to Brighton.
I find if people, when they're tired like this, Brian, they're going to be diving in for things where normally they'll be jockeying and trying to get them going the right way, but they're so tired they're diving in. Anything can happen.
Well, it's not a time to make any sort of mistake now, with just 2 minutes of extra time remaining, and the score at 2-2. Ryan heading it on towards Smith, who's kept going very well in point of fact, Gordon Smith. Played back again. Crossed in towards Michael Robinson, and a good catch there under a fair bit of pressure by Gary Bailey. A real testing cross that from Neil Smiley. Stevens, oh no, wow. That was a handball, and it was a silly thing for Norman Whiteside to do, because I honestly think, Graham,
I think he had a fair chance. I think he had a fair chance of getting that ball.
Absolutely. That was a silly thing to do. It was a silly back pass, and he was in there, surely.
See, the goalkeeper was, well, it's hard to say, but he did definitely have a chance.
Certainly there was nothing to be gained from handling the ball, was there? Coming right to the end, the last minute of extra time now. Can anybody yet find the decisive move that'll decide it all? Wilkins is looking, and then in the end searched in vain. Cut out there, Case. Turned on as Robinson got the legs. Scott Moran after him, and Robinson still in control. Play for Smith, and saved by Bailey. My word, what a remarkable finish. One Brighton player is down, Gary Howlett
One he should
on
have
his
scored with.
haunches. Well,
Michael Robinson.
what a save that was when it looked, and a good piece of work here by Robinson.
A great piece of play.
And Smith, you thought, had to get one there.
Imagine if that
And the final whistle has gone, and what drama right at the end. Michael Robinson thought that his pass to Gordon Smith would surely lead to the winning goal with the last kick. A smile of relief there from Gordon McQueen. And Steve Foster, who is now eligible for the replay, and Jimmy Melia coming on quite rightly to congratulate every man jack of this Brighton side. They've battled and battled. And Manchester United, for their parts, have contributed enormously to an amazing match of ups and downs. A real hard slog and a good professional game.
There was no nastiness in it at all. I thought it was a great game. What a finish it would have been if you'd stuck that one away.
Oh, that would have been storybook again, wouldn't it?
I think it would have been injustice, but at the same time, that's football.
So we have to wait a few more days to see who wins the FA Cup. And it's always something of an anti-climax, actually, at the end of a cup final, when you expect somebody to go up and get a cup, and the players themselves are not quite sure what to do. And a good point there, actually, Graham Souness, that you're quite right about the attitude in this game, which has done a lot for the good of football, is that both sides are going round together on a lap of honour.
Early on, they were selling each other. That was a few tackles, Brian Robson, Jimmy Case. But these people out there to win FA Cup medals, there's bound to be a bit of that in it.
Well, there is a man who must be thinking, we threw it away by allowing them in the second goal, and then, my goodness, how on earth did we save it with the goalkeeper right at the end? And a handshake from the referee, Alf Gray. And they, I tell you, those two managers, as well as the referee and his linesman, are as drained, I would think, as any of the players.
I would think everyone here today, on both sides, including managers and coaches, is happy with the result.
It's been a very good advertisement for a lot of good things in football, Graham, without any doubt. And this picture here isn't a bad one either. So the two managers are going off there together, and the crowd are on their feet applauding two sides that have really given everything as they have a combined lap of honour. Well, that's absolutely brilliant.